Hello friends, good morning, Vande Mataram, Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Swaminarayan. My name is Milan Donaria. In this video, I will explain you Standard 10, Chapter number 4, Exercise 4.3, Question number 10 and Question number 11. So be ready, open your mind, let's start it with question number 10. So first of all, read this question. Express train and express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 km between Mysore and Bangalore. Okay? Without taking into consideration the time they stop at the intermediate station, we do not need to take it. Just assume that these two trains are Duronto Express, right? Because it directly goes to from one station to another. Okay? If the average speed of the express train is 11 km per hour, more than the average speed of passenger train, okay? So find the average speed of the train. So we need to find average speed of both the train. Okay? Average speed of passenger train, average speed of express train. Okay. Here, one thing is common in both this case, distance. Distance is fixed 132 km. Okay? One more line is given. Average speed of express train is 11 km per hour more than the passenger train. Okay, so speed of express train is depend on speed of passenger train. Okay, so we need to assume average speed of passenger train is equal to x km per hour. Okay, from that we can find the average speed of express train. Okay, so first of all assume average speed of passenger train x kilometer per hour. Okay, because average speed of express train is depend on the passenger train, so assume average speed of passenger train is equal to x kilometer per hour. Okay, so we can get the average speed of express train is equal to now 11 km per hour more. Okay, so x plus 11 km per hour. 11 km per hour more than the passenger train. Okay, so x plus 11. Okay, so average speed of express train is equal to x plus 11 km per hour. Okay, and distance d is fixed 132 km. Okay, now what we know, distance, time or speed, which relation we know? First of all, again read the equation. An express train takes 1 hour less than the passenger train. Okay, express train takes 1 hour less than the passenger train. So we can write like this: time taken by express train is equal to time taken by passenger train minus 1. Okay, because it is written in the equation, time taken by express train is 1 hour less than the time taken by passenger train. Okay, time taken by express train is time taken by passenger train minus 1. It is written in the equation 1 hour less than, so minus 1. Okay, Now we need to write the time here. What is the formula of time? Time is equals to distance upon speed. Right? We already discussed these things in previous questions. Right? In question number 8, I think. So time is equals to distance upon speed. We need to use this formula. Okay, this formula you already learned in science subject. Time is equals to distance upon speed. Okay, so first of all, time taken by express train. For express train time, distance is fixed 132. Okay, so 132 divided by distance divided by speed. Now for express train, speed is equals to x plus 11. Okay, this is the time for express train. So distance is fixed 132 km divided by speed of express train x plus 11. Okay, then is equals to, so is equals to. Now time taken by passenger train. Again, distance upon speed. Distance is fixed 132 divided by speed of passenger train. That we assume x. Okay, distance 132 divided by speed of passenger train x and minus 1. Okay, now we need to simplify this. Okay, for that, what we need to take? LCM. Right? Here we have two denominators, x and x plus 11. Okay? So for the LCM, here we have denominator x plus 11. So other denominator we need to transfer here. Okay, so 132x. Okay? Here we have x plus 11. So this denominator we need to transfer here. So 132x. Now for this term, we have denominator x, so we need to transfer this denominator here. So first of all, numerator 132 and transfer this denominator here, x plus 11. Okay, whatever denominator we do not have, that we need to put in numerator for the LCM. Okay, here we have x plus 11, so this denominator we need to put here. Here we have x, so this denominator we need to put here. Now for the 1 do not have any denominator. So both this denominator we need to transfer here. Okay, both this denominator we need to transfer here. So x and x plus 11. First of all, this 1, then write down this two denominator x and x plus 11. Okay, now 132x as it is. Here 132 multiplied x is equals to 132x, then 132 we need to multiply with 11. Okay, now multiplication with 11, we can directly write the answer. First of all, this unit digit 2. Okay, then add this 2 with 3, 2 plus 3, 5. Okay, then add 3 with 1, 3 plus 1, 4, and then our first digit as it is, so 1452. Multiplication with 11, it is very easy. Directly write down this unit digit 2, then add this 2 digit, then this 2 digit, and this digit as it is. So 1452. Okay. Now we need to multiply this 1x with the x. Okay. So 1x, that means x only. X multiply x square. Okay, minus sign is there, so minus x multiply x square, and x multiply 11, it is 11x. Okay, x multiply 11, it is 11x minus plus minus. Okay, so here 132x as it is, and 132 into x, 132x, 132 into 11, 1452, then 1x into x square, and x into 11, 11x. Okay, now we want all the term on the same side, but before that we can simplify. Okay, directly transfer all the term. We want all the term on the same side. Okay, but we want x square as a positive. right? We want all the term in same side, but we want this x square positive. But here it is negative, right? So how we can convert this negative into positive? That means we need to transfer this x square to the left hand side, other side. Okay? So we need to transfer this x square to the left hand side. So collect all the terms on the left hand side. Okay? We want x square as a positive. Here it is negative. So if we want to convert this negative x square into positive x square, we need to convert this, we need to transfer this term to the left hand side. Okay? So remaining all the term collect in the left hand side. Okay, so first of all, this x square, if we transfer it to the left hand side, it becomes plus x square. Okay, if we transfer this minus 11x to the left hand side, it becomes plus 11x. Here right now, we transfer all the terms in the left hand side. Okay, so if we transfer this x square to the left hand side, it becomes plus x square. If we transfer this minus 11x to the left hand side, it becomes plus 11x. If we transfer this plus 132x to the left hand side, it becomes minus 132x. Okay, if we transfer this plus 132x to the left hand side, it becomes minus 132x. If we transfer this plus 1452 to the left hand side, it becomes minus 1452. Okay, this minus x square becomes plus x square, minus 11x becomes plus 11x, plus 132x becomes minus 132x, plus 1452 becomes minus 1452, and this 132x, it is already present in the left hand side, that we also need to write here. And in right hand side nothing is remaining, so 0. First of all, I transfer all this term to the left hand side, then this 132x as it is equals to 0. Okay, now minus 132x plus 132x, cut same term and have different sign, so we can cut it. Plus 132x minus 132x cancel. Now what is remaining? X square, here plus 11x and minus 1452 is equals to 0. Okay, now here again we have some big number, so we can use the quadratic formula method. Okay, we are going with quadratic formula method. So for that, write down, compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Okay, compare this equation with standard form, ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Okay, now coefficient of x square, it is a, so a is equals to, here coefficient of x square, nothing we have, so we can write 1. Okay, coefficient of x square, it is a, now nothing we have, so we can write 1. Coefficient of x square 1. Okay, then coefficient of coefficient of x, it is b, right? So here coefficient of x, that we have 11 plus 11. Then constant term c, that we have right now minus 1452. Okay, a is equals to 1, b is equals to 11, c is equals to minus 1452. Okay, now discriminant d is equals to b square minus 4ac. Okay, b 11, so 11 whole square minus 4, then a, it is 1, and c, it is minus 1452. Okay, 4 multiply a, so in bracket 1, multiply c, so in bracket minus 1452. Okay, now 11 square, 1 to 1. Okay, minus plus, multiplication is there, right? So minus plus. Now 1452 multiply 4. 4 2s are 8, 5 4s are 20, 4 4s are 16 plus 2, 18. 4 1s are 4 plus 1, 5. Okay, 5808. Now add these two number. So 9, 2, 9, 5. Okay, 5 9, 2 9. Now we need to take square root. Okay. Now for this square root we have so many methods. Prime factorization, long division, estimation. Okay. Right now I am going with estimation method because it is very easiest method. Okay. Right now I am going with estimation method. But in estimation method we need to check the answers too, because sometimes it gives wrong answer. That's why. Okay. So now estimation. Here we have 5929. First of all, we need to consider our first two digit. It is 59. Okay. So just check this digit. That means 59 comes to the which range? Which range of perfect square number? Okay, perfect square number is 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64. So 59 comes in this range, right? 49 and 64. Okay, 59 comes in between 49 and 64. Out of these two number, we need to consider small number. Okay, out of this two number we need to consider small number. Now what is the square root of 49? 7. Right, so our first digit is fixed 7. Okay, our first digit is fixed 7. Now for the second digit, just check the unit digit. Here in 29, unit digit is 9, right? So 9 is here and here. Okay, 3 square 9 and 7 square 49. So this two possibility we have. That means what we need to check? Unit digit 9. So in this perfect square number, here we have unit digit 9 and here we have unit digit 9. Okay, so two possibility we have. Either our second number is 3, otherwise 7. That means 73, otherwise 77. Okay. Again, we need to check unit digit. Here we have 9, here we have 9. So for second digit we have two possibilities. Our first digit is fixed 7, 7. Okay, second digit either 3, otherwise 7. So our number 73, otherwise 77. Okay. Okay, so we have two possibilities, 73 or 77. Now how can we check that our answer is 73 or 77? So whatever your first digit, okay, your first digit multiply with the next digit 8. 8 7s are 56. Okay, now check your first two digit. If it is more than 56, okay, if it is more than 56, then your big number is your answer. If these two digits are less than 56, then 73 can be your answer. Okay, again I repeat this method. First of all, just check 59 comes to which range. Out of that take a small number and square root of that small number, it is your first digit. Okay, now for second digit we need to check unit digit. Unit digit we have two possibility, either 3 or 7. Okay, so 73, otherwise 77. Now multiply your first digit with the next digit. 7 8s are 56. Check your first two digit. If it is more than 56, then big number is your answer. If it is less than 56, then small number is your answer. Here we have 77. Okay, so we need to check this number. 77 multiply 77. If we get 5929, then this is correct. Okay, so 7 7 is 49. 7 7 is 49 plus 4, 5 3. Here 5 3 9. So 9 2 1 9 5. Okay, correct. Okay, so square root is 77. So first of all we can use the estimation method and we can check the answer. Okay, so here we get under root d is equals to 77. Okay, now we can use the quadratic formula. Okay, so what is the quadratic formula? X is equals to minus b plus or minus under root d divided by 2a. Now put the value of b, first of all this negative sign, then value of b it is 11. Okay, so minus 11, minus sign as per the formula, b is 11, then plus or minus, here we have 77 divided by 2a. So 2 multiply a we have right now 1. Okay, so here minus 11 plus or minus 77, 2 ones are 2. Okay, so 2 possibility are there, plus or minus. So for first answer just take plus sign, otherwise for second answer consider negative sign here. Okay, one time plus, one time negative sign, other things remains as it is. Okay, here we consider plus sign, here we consider negative sign, plus or minus is there, that's why. Okay, now here plus minus, minus 77 minus 11 66, big number sign it is positive, so positive. Okay, plus minus minus 77 minus 11 66, big number sign it is positive, divided by 2. Okay, so x is equal to 66 by 2, it is 33. Okay, and here minus minus plus, so we need to add these two numbers, 77 plus 11 88. Okay, divided by 2, and big number sign it is negative. Okay, minus minus plus, 77 plus 11 88, big number sign it is negative, divided by 2. So 88 by 2 44, and this negative sign, so minus 44. But x means our speed of trend, it cannot be negative number, that's why this answer is not possible, right? Our speed cannot be negative, so this answer is not possible. So speed cannot be negative. Okay, so x is equal to minus 44 is not possible. Okay, so what is your final answer? X is equal to 33. So at last we need to write this. So speed of x means speed of passenger train, right? So average speed of passenger train is equal to x. X that means 33. Okay, 33 kilometer per hour. Now average speed of express train, we already assumed that x plus 11, so 33 plus 11 44 kilometer per hour. So this is our final answer. Okay, average speed of passenger train is equal to 33 kilometer per hour, and average speed of express train is 44 kilometer per hour. Okay, initially we assumed that x that means passenger speed of passenger train and speed of express train x plus 11, so 33 plus 11 44 kilometer per hour. Okay, this is our final answer. So initially we need to assume the speed of passenger train x, then speed of express train x plus 11. Okay, then time taken by express train is equal to time taken by passenger train minus 1. Okay, if we take the LCM there, then we can get this quadratic equation, then we can use this method to solve the quadratic equation. So at last we get the two answers, 33 or minus 44, but this answer is not possible. So we need to consider average speed of passenger train is equal to 33 km per hour, Okay, and average speed of express train plus 11, 44 km per hour. Okay.